All right, welcome. Good morning. Thank you for being here. Very excited for practice today. And we're going to dive in similar to how we started last week, working at a wall space if you have. And we're going to do the feet together and then just come to that seated chair. We're just going to warm up the thighs this morning, really building that resilience. Again, it's such an important muscle to build for hormone balance, metabolism, bone density. So we're just going to start coming at that bend, come in and out as you need. Always listen to your body, respect where it's at today. We're all working on different things. And then we want to work on gluing this back rib, like right along the kidney band, to the wall. So feet together, bending. And again, see if you can fill in that space on the right and left side equally where that kidney adrenal band is. Almost like suction cup that adrenal band to the wall. Feet are together, mounds of big toes pressing, heart spreading wide, shoulders rolling down and back, and getting that armpit chest lift. So armpit chest lifting to the ceiling, shoulders rolling down and back. Smooth, soft breathing through your nose. Curious if anyone got to work on that breath regulation throughout the week. And you'll feel it in your core, you'll feel it in your thighs. And then exhale, gently come up. Take a breath, take a beat. Again, inhale through your nose, inhale to the top of your breath. Exhale through your nose. Releasing all the air out of your lungs. And then again, inhale. Pause, exhale. Good. And coming back in, this time with that balanced awareness of your feet. So working your feet evenly. Good. And again, draw that kidney adrenal gland band back. Center the feet with the center line, center toes, center knees, center belly button, center heart. Lift the armpit chest, roll those shoulders down and back. Getting that external rotation of your arms. And then the heart lifting upwards and forwards.
Is our back supposed to be flat against the wall, like per se?
Yeah, essentially.
I can't do that and bend and like it seems okay.
Yeah, no, it's okay. It's we're just working up to it. So this area usually pulls away. And a lot of the stuff that we work on feels impossible, but it's more just working on the action. Hi. Yay. Oh my gosh, Cody, you made it. Welcome. So happy you're here.
Thank you for having me.
Yay. So good to see you. Miss you.
Miss you as well.
Thanks for being here. Cody, do you have any special requests today? Anything specific for body or mind?
I need my mind to be unfogged. I haven't had a lot of sleep. I have a quiz in a minute, so
Okay, we
I
can
need
work out
help.
the restoration. Let's do
Yes.
it.
Is,
Awesome. Welcome.
is that Cody from MTS?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Hey, Cody, how you doing? You may
Hey,
not
how you
remember
doing?
me, but I remember you.
Hey.
Good to see you, sir.
Morning. Good to see you too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank
Yay.
you.
I love it. Little reunion. So, Cody, what we're working on right now is just feet together, going at your own pace. We're just working on drawing this lower kidney band towards the wall. If you have a wall space you can use. And then just coming to a bend. And again, we're just really working on building this strength and bringing that navel towards the spine, rolling those shoulders down and back, and open those palms wide like you're receiving, spreading wide across the palms, wide across the heart, rolling those shoulders down and back. And again, as it gets challenging, using that breath. So smooth, gentle, steady exhale through the nose. Smooth, gentle, steady inhale through the nose. And then gently come out. Give yourself a minute, feeling that burn. We want to feel that burn. This is such an important area to build. And again, it's going to really support that knee stability, the knee strength. So take a few regulating breaths, pausing, coming to your center, equal balance on your right foot and your left foot. Again, find that center line from between the two big toes, center ankles, center knees, center pelvis, center belly button, center heart, center throat, center forehead. And as you find that alignment, stacking right to left, top to bottom, front to back, that's when we start to actually engage our core, engage our nervous system. That's where we get into that spine health and that nervous system health. Yeah, and then the more we can align and lengthen that spine, draw the tailbone straight down, glutes straight down. It is going to bring that blood flow circulation to the brain as well. Okay, last round. Feet together. Coming to that bend, 90-degree bend if you can. Draw that kidney band towards the wall. Pressing equally on the right and left side. And if anybody has a little bit of scoliosis or stronger muscles on one side than the other, then you're just going to work on balancing that musculature through the pressure of that kidney band in the wall. Smooth breathing, navel to the spine, heart open, shoulders rolling down and back. And exhale, come on out, building that slowly. And then we're going to transition here. Again, feet together, coming to that bend, reaching the arms up. And ideally here we are actually trying to bring our shoulders back. We're trying to bring our arms behind our ears. And I'm trying to get into the position where I'm actually sitting in a chair and opening the heart. And again, fill up this lower kidney band. Exhale, come out. Stack that ankle bone, knee bone, hip bone, center rib cage, armpit, center throat, center ears. And again, lengthen and stack all the way up. Imagine that your legs are growing through the floor. And engage those kneecaps. So front of the knee is reaching to the back of the knee. And there's actually a lift that's happening in your knees. Lifting up towards the ceiling. And then again on your exhale, arms up, coming to that bend. Reaching through your inner heels. Find a place to focus on the floor or the wall in front of you. Pick one spot to look at. And here we start to integrate your whole structure. So the way that your ribs connect to the musculature, connect to the spine, the strength and the balance and the coordination of your feet and your legs. And the stronger we make our legs, the more spaciousness we can build in our spine. Coming to a deeper sit. Reach those arms behind you. Pretending like we can stack the shoulders above the hips. Exhale, come out. Smooth breathing, so we're keeping that circulation, that blood flow going. Take some recovery breaths. Good, smooth breathing. Oh, Phyllis. Hi, sweetie. Thanks for being here. Love you. And one more time, okay? So we're just warming up the body. We're gonna dive into some really important work today, but I wanna get us warm so our body's prepared for it. So exhale, bend. Find that center line. Mounds of your big toes pressing, inner heels reaching through the floor. Center knee aligned with your center pelvis, aligned with your center belly button. Heart lifting upwards and forwards as though it's sprouting, reaching out your chest. The chest is opening from the inside of the body, pressing, reaching outwards. Arms reaching behind the ears, reaching through all 10 fingertips. Again, we activate the nervous system through the activation of our hands, our fingertips. Smooth, deep breath. Inhale to the top of your breath. Pause. Exhale to the bottom of your breath. Pause. Come on out. Good work. Good work, good work, good work. Yes, question. I think you're on mute. Oops, still on mute, honey. Can't hear you, Phyllis.
I don't have a question.
Oh, okay, your hand's raised. Your virtual hand's raised.
Oh,
Got
my
it.
apologies. Sorry.
Awesome. Okay, so for today, we're really gonna work on balance, stacking the bones, stacking the joints, coordinating the muscles. So hold on to a wall if you have it. You can also hold on to a chair. But we're gonna get in, and you can also lean against the wall to start. But we're gonna start by reaching on the inside of your knee and the outside of your foot. So I'm currently leaning on the wall for support. Standing on my left leg, bringing that right leg up. And already this is a lot of full body coordination. So we're working asymmetrically to find symmetry in the body. And this one already starts working in the hips, the pelvis, all of our digestive organs. So again, you're holding on the outside edge of your foot, reaching on your arm on the inside of your knee. And then that left leg, the standing leg, is growing longer, reaching through the floor. And you're just leaning on that wall for support. And then this left hip, this standing hip, you're engaging the muscle to the bone, contracting the muscle to the bone. So we're going to get an internal rotation of that leg. So outer hip is rolling towards the front of the thigh. Front of the thigh is rolling towards the inner groin. Inner groin is releasing, opening towards the back of the thigh. So back thigh is opening. It's a whole entwining at that bone level. And then the muscle engages around the bone. And you might really feel this. There might be some talking in your hips, some aching, grueling across the sacrum. which is that back of the pelvis. So we really want to protect those sacrum joints by building this musculature that we're building. And we really want to protect and strengthen the hip joints. So we're entwining that leg. If you're feeling the burning, I'm feeling it too. And then this right knee is reaching inwards towards the body. So it's not splayed out. It's reaching inwards towards the body. And just this is so much training. You can bring that left hand to your left hip. And again, if it's challenging, use your breath. Exhale fully through your nose. Inhale deeply through the nose. And so we're not only building the hip joint, we're building the knee joint, we're building the ankle, we're building that stability. So the foot, the ankle, the arches have to develop to get this balance going. And you're going to build those fast twitch muscles. And it's going to start to integrate through the whole body and the brain and the nervous system. So yes, we're holding a longer timing, but we want to get deep into this left hip. We want to wake it up. We want to wake up the body. So it's going to strengthen that Achilles tendon. And then exhale, come down, feet forward. Go ahead and put your two big toes touching. Align that center line of your feet. Big toes, center foot, center ankle, center knee, center pelvis, center belly button, all the way up. And now we're going to lift that left leg. And so you reach on the inside of the knee, grab the outside of the foot. And then use that wall to balance against. And imagine that this right leg is growing longer. It's growing roots into the floor. It's pressing, descending through the floor. And it's only through that pressure in the floor that we start to build length through all of the vertebra. And when we build length between the vertebra and the spine, we start to build strength. So this alignment practice, it's not about over flexibility. There's so many people I know that have an over flexibility, which then creates strain on the joints, on the ligaments. And then there's so many of us also that have that under flexibility where we're tight. And so it's actually striking that balance of equal strength, equal flexibility. So if we're overly flexible, we have to train, working, not overdoing, not overextending, holding back. And that's where we're going to build that strength in the joints. And then if we're tight, then we start working on that flexibility. And then that pressure of your pelvis is against the wall. So see if you can work the back of the pelvis evenly, that sacrum. So there's the right side of the sacrum, there's the left side of the sacrum. See if you can find an equal balance, a level plane on the back of your pelvis on that sacrum. And it is hard to do because it's an asymmetrical pose. And then again, that standing leg, you're rolling from the outside hip, rolling towards the front of the leg, front of the thigh rolling towards the inner groin rolling towards the back of the thigh, getting that entwining from the femur. And yes, the hip is going to start talking to you. It's going to have that aching, grueling. We really got to develop this, get that circulation. It's going to bring that circulation to the pelvis, to the hip. And again, the more we descend and press through the floor, the more length and spaciousness we can start to get in the spine. Whew. Exhale, come down. Mounds of big toes touching. Feet are a little bit away from the wall. So I'm just leaning back on the wall. And again, imagine that your feet are reaching through the floor so that we can get this opening across the front of the pelvis and all the way up. Okay, so that was step one. Now we're gonna build on this. So now I'll just come up close and demonstrate. We're gonna reach on the inside of the knee and grab the big toe with our 2 fingers. So it's gonna be like this. And again, you're welcome to use a wall for support. Our left leg's gonna be our standing leg. So inhale the right arm up, get tall, find that length. Exhale, grab on the inside of the knee and grab that big toe with your 2 fingers, holding on to the wall, holding on to a chair. We want that stability. So already this is a lot of work.
Nope.
Oh yeah. And you know, in the modern world, like we don't get this position of our hip very much. And this is a very crucial, important position to be in. So if we were squatting every day, right? If we were washing clothes or doing things, or even, you know, didn't have our regular toilets, we would be getting this hip bend, but we're not getting it as much as we need to. We need to get it on a daily basis. So this is one way to start reworking that. And again, hold on for balance. Now we're going to lift from that center heart upwards and forwards. And this is where your spine starts to come online. And that's going to nourish that focus for the brain. And yes, the left leg is probably aching, grueling, talking, burning. You'll steady the breath. Smooth exhale through your nose. Roll those shoulders down and back. Exhale, come on down. We're going to switch sides. So face your right hip towards the wall, right hand touching the wall. Find that length. So that Tadasana pose, that mountain pose. Stack everything above your ankles. Roll your shoulders down and back. And again, the tendency here for so many of us is the butt jets out and the ribs jet forward. And we completely lose our strength. We completely lose our structural integrity. Our lower back shrinks, cramps. But when we stack ankles, knees, hips, ribs, now the spine has strength, spaciousness, the core is activated, the organs are going to be nourished. It's a really important distinction, and it can take a long time to rebuild that pattern, break that habit and build a new pattern. So just draw those lower ribs to the wall behind you. Now inhale that right arm up nice and tall. Wait, which one did we do? Left arm up nice and tall. Grab on, reach on the inside of the left knee. Grab that, that toe, that big toe, holding on to the wall with that right side. And now we're lengthening that right leg long, reaching through the floor, which is going to lengthen the spine, breaking up congestion in the spine. It's going to work on clearing those lymph nodes along the spine. So roll your top shoulders down the back. Focus on the wall in front of you. with a central gaze, which centers the mind. Shoulders rolling down and back. Try and have the toes of the foot facing forward. So the foot's not kicked out or in, it's forward. And we're gonna lengthen that leg through the floor to extend and lengthen the spine, reaching through the top of the head, like a sunflower reaching towards the sun. Smooth breathing. And if you're sweating, if you're shaking, if you're aching in that muscle, that's the work. That's what we want today. That's the work. It might not be fun in the moment, but I promise it will be worth it afterwards. Exhale, release down. Okay. Who's shaking in that pelvis? Who is feeling that pelvis wake up? Oh, good. Yay, Mary Beth. Hi, honey. Good to see you. Good work, good work, good work. Okay, integrate that. All right. I'm going to take a pause for a second. I do want to keep building on that. Take a deep breath. Feel that circulation. Feel that circulation, that pulsing, that movement through the pelvis, through the hips, through the legs, through the spine, through the shoulders. It's going to speak to where you need it in your body. Okay, and then we're going to lean against the wall again, taking the feet forward. Good. Steady the breath. I'm glad I had my aminos this morning. And now we're going to reach that right arm up, reach that right knee up, and again, grab on the outside of the foot this time. Good. So we're grabbing here, leaning against the wall. And this time, we are working and bringing that foot out. So the knee is still bent. We're supported by the wall. The shoulders are rolling down and back. And we're getting an external rotation of this right arm. So this is actually really deep shoulder work and hip work as you get that major external rotation of the right arm. So use your left hand to rotate the inside arm towards the outer arm. The outer arm towards the back of the arm. Deep rotation. Good. And now this hip is opening. We're getting an opening, and yes, there's probably burning in that left hip, that standing hip. But we're still trying to find length and strength through the spine. And again, that center heart is lifting upwards and forwards at a 60-degree angle. So we truly have to fight for that heart opening. It takes so much work. And right behind the heart, the vertebra behind the heart, the thoracic spine, is lifting upwards and forwards. It's as though you're trying to get a little miniature back bend in the spine, in the heart. And this is going to work through the scapula, the neck, the shoulders. We got to strengthen that whole muscular band, especially across that cervical spine, the neck. Good. And now we're just going to take that foot and open it as much as possible. To me, that's a bend. Again, if you're really flexible, tone it back. Don't take it to 100%. Tone it back so that we can work on that strengthening. If you're like me and working on the flexibility piece, Just take it to where you can take it to that edge. Smooth breathing, and again, we're leaning against the wall. And again, this is deeply aligning and strengthening along those cervical vertebra, connecting to the rest of the spine. Exhale, come down. Ooh, that left hip is talking. Ooh la la. Smooth breathing. I know this is a challenging class today. Good work. Now we're going to take that left arm up, bring that left knee up, reach the arm to the inside of the knee, and reach the hand to the outside of the ankle, or the outside of the foot, excuse me. Good. And we're leaning against the wall for support. Good. Now just find that length. We especially want to lengthen through the spine. Anywhere that there's compression in the spine, find space. Find space. Reach through that foot, reach through the floor, reach through the top of the head, extending longer. Again, like a sunflower reaching towards the sun. Smooth breathing, smooth breathing. And again, let's use that right hand to get an external rotation of that left arm. Now we're working deep into the left shoulder, left scapula, left cervical spine, thoracic spine. And of course, that's going to translate throughout the whole body. And then again, see if you can get that little mini back bend, lifting your center heart upwards and forward and reaching behind your heart towards the front of the room and upwards. So getting that opening in the back of the heart. And then exhale, we're going to take that leg out, hold on to anything that you need to hold on to. You'll really feel it talking in that right hip. Again, if you're highly flexible, tone it back. Don't go 100%. We're going to work on that strength training. If you're working on flexibility, just go as far as you can. Ooh wee. I feel it. I'm shaking. I'm jiggling. I'm percolating. Steady the breath, steady the breath. Exhale, bring that leg back, feet together. See how important this work is? I know it's a hard one today, but this work is so important. We're reintegrating from deep inside the body, from the way the pelvis integrates to the spine, to the thoracic, to the cervical, to the strength of the legs. Okay, good. Woo! So this next piece, if you have a block, you can grab it, or a book. You don't need it if you don't have it. But if you have some blocks, you can grab it. Okay, so I'm going to bring you right alongside me today. So this is one of my favorites. Also, not the easiest work, but don't worry, you'll be in a sort of resting position. Okay, so my hands are like this on the floor, like this. Okay. Good. Now we're working on the shoulders. And in fact, if you do have a sticky mat or a non-slippery surface, go ahead and grab it, because that's going to really support you in this. Okay. So it looks like hands spread wide, fingers spread wide. It looks like center wrist aligned with center elbow stacked right under your shoulder. Okay, so we're just going to start there, and then I'm just on my knees. Good, like such. So my knees are under my hips. Now we're gonna work through the shoulders, through the scapula, through the thoracic spine, again, through the pressure. So really press your center elbows through the floor as if you were reaching through the floor. And you're gonna feel how that actually, that point, it restores that intelligence of the core of the spine. So imagine that you're reaching, pressing through your elbows to the floor, equal pressure in your elbows, equal pressure in your knees. Knees are just hips width apart, about 2 fists apart. Okay. Now we want to work with our center wrist. So this would be the center wrist. And you want to imagine that that center wrist is pressing straight down to the floor. Now here's where it gets tricky. If any of us have tight shoulders, which I know we do, those wrists are going to want to lift and pop away. Okay? So it's easy for me to get my left wrist down, but I broke that right scapula. It's hard for me to get this right wrist down because the wrists are a direct reflection of our neck and our shoulders. So you can see it would want to pop up, and you see that space underneath there. You could shine a flashlight and the light would come through. You want to close the gap underneath the wrist. And that's where the work begins. And your fingers are straight and expanded. So that middle finger is lining up with your center wrist. Okay. So that's the work. And then you want to scoop, scoop. So reach through the middle fingers. Try and get that center wrist down. And again, you might have a treble wrist, or both of them might be hard, or neither of them. But I got to work as though pretending I have a weight on this right wrist. And if you have a sandbag or anything, you actually can put a weight. And that works on that shoulder dissection from the inside out. So it looks simple, right? It looks simple. But we are going to work through the spine, just through that simple pressure in the wrist, center wrist reaching to the floor. Close the gap, close the gap, close the gap. And it's a continuous action. Even if you don't really feel like you have a gap, keep that pressure consistent. Wrists, elbows are aligned. Knees stacked. Navel reaching towards the spine. And this, again, it goes deep. You're going to feel that burning throughout the arms, throughout the spine. And now the other piece for some of us that I just want to address, if the shoulders are tight, your hands are going to try and come together, right? It's going to be hard to keep them at that width. They're going to want to come together. So if that is you and you have a book or a block, depending on how wide your shoulders are, you want it shoulder width. So if you have that, then you just put the square of the hand right at the blocks, and it won't let your hands come together. It'll keep them wide. Okay. So depending on where you're at, depending on what props you have, that can be really supportive. So hands wide, aligned with the elbows, aligned with the shoulders. Center wrist pressing down. And that's truly the work. We're going to stay in this, keep working. But this works into the elbow. If you've ever had an elbow injury, it's going to really bring that circulation into there. It works into the wrists. It works into the shoulders, the cervical spine, all of it. And then to really integrate at the neck, at the spine, you want to do that eye yoga that we've done. So your right eye and your left eye should be the same distance from the floor. So stare straight at the floor, nose aligned with your chin, chin aligned with your heart, reaching out the top of your head. And then you can look the head slightly up. Roll the shoulders down and back. And again, keep working on that pressure of the wrists. That's where the work comes in. Pressing into the elbows, pressing into the wrists, rolling the shoulders down and back. Looking slightly up towards the wall. And again, you don't want one side of the head more forward than the other. Whew, that burns. So this is preparation. We're not going to go into the final pose, but the final pose, you do kick up into basically a headstand. It's Mayurasana. So come out, rest for a second. We're going to do the next level of this, but give your arms a little bit of a rest. Go ahead and just integrate, relax, relax the arms. Okay, good. Feel that circulation. Try not to shake anything out because it's just shaking it to an old habit, an old pattern. And you're doing a deep dissection from the inside out. Good. Notice if the jaw is more soft and relaxed. Again, it translates everywhere. Okay, for this next one, I'm going to back this up so you can see better. This next one, same thing. Try and get those wrists flat, hands wide. And I'll show you, I'll demonstrate before I walk you through it. I'll walk you through all the steps. And then I'm going on my toe tips and I'm going to raise my hips up. It's kind of like a downward dog, except the elbows are on the ground. So raising the hips up, looking up towards the wall. And again, equal pressure in the right and left elbows, right and left wrist. And again, my right wrist is trying to pop up. So I'm taking all of my focus, drawing that center wrist down. So let's do it together. If you need something between your hands so we don't come together, do. Hands are shoulder width apart. Center wrist is reaching to the floor. Wrists and elbows aligned, stacked right underneath the shoulders. Spread the fingers wide. Press the center wrist down to the earth, towards the floor. Exhale, take your hips up. Look up towards the wall. Look up towards the wall. And again, go at your own pace. If at any moment you need to come into child's pose, do. This is not an easy one, but it's a very, very, very important one. And then exhale, come down. So we want to restore the structure and the integrity of the spine. The spine goes through so much, whether it's literally sitting for hours in the classroom, we've all done that. Whether it's injury, whether it's just life, we got to restore the mobility of that spine. So as you're ready, you can come down to child's pose for a minute, forehead on the floor. Okay, great. Exhale when you're ready. Coming back up. And again, you can stay in position A and work here. This is so much work. Or exhale, lifting the hips up, looking the head up towards the wall, keeping those wrists grounded, keeping those wrists shoulder width apart, equal pressure in your elbow, equal pressure in your wrists, equal pressure in your legs. Engage the muscle to the bone in your legs. Roll the shoulders down and back. Exhale, come down. Oh my God, that's a lot of work. Smooth breathing. Soften the jaw. Let the heart open here. So we're kind of taking a break in a more restorative way. But allow the heart to open. Allow the spine to go into a gentle back bend. And again, we're rolling these top shoulders down the back towards the glutes. Okay, so whenever you're ready, take that cleansing exhale breath. Exhale all your air through your nose. Inhale. Make sure those wrists are shoulder width apart. Draw the center wrist to the earth. Draw the elbows to the earth. Lift the hips if you can. Look up towards the wall. Keep those those wrists shoulder width apart. Roll the top shoulders down the back. And really pretend like you have little 10-pound weights on your wrists. Exhale, come down. Come to child's pose, forehead on the floor. If you have glasses, remove your glasses so you can get that feedback. So go ahead, stay in child's pose. Center forehead on the floor, reaching your palms away. Palms pressing into the floor, armpits reaching towards the floor. And elbows are reaching towards the ceiling. So palms pressing, armpits reaching towards the floor. Elbows reaching towards the ceiling. And one reason I love this pose so much is we all have slight musculature imbalances in the body because we all have a dominant side. But this helps your body come back into balance. So again, equal pressure of the hands, putting the center forehead on the floor, lining up the center forehead, center nose, center chin. And your center heart, center sternum is lifting towards your chin. And I only lift my head to share instructions so you can hear me clearly. Keep your head down. Remember, those palms are pressing to the floor. The armpits are reaching to the floor. You're reaching out the top center of your head, lengthening through your spine. And imagine that you have a weight on your lower pelvis, drawing your glutes towards the floor. And it's a beautiful traction in the spine as you find that pressure in your hands and imagining that there's a weight on your lower pelvis drawing the glutes to the floor. You're going to find that traction, that spaciousness in your spine between those two actions. Now engage the muscle to the bone in your arms. And your toe tips are extending, reaching back behind you. Keep that center forehead aligned and pressing into the floor, aligned with your center chin, your center heart. Reach through those toe tips, extend through the top of the head. Imagine that you have a weight pressing your glutes towards the floor. Armpits reaching towards the floor. Good. Exhale, gently come out, slowly come out. Awesome. Okay, so we're going to take the full integration now. Come lying on your backs. Try to not have your hands or feet touching any props or anything in the room. You can have your knees bent or your legs straight, palms facing up. Again, remove glasses if you have them. So this is that integration work. We are going to work with some of my favorite points. So go ahead and start with your knees bent for now. Press under your right foot and your left foot, which will slightly draw your pelvis off the floor. Scoop your glutes towards your heels, which is going to draw the navel towards the spine. And again, the palms are facing up. So feet are pressing, pelvis is slightly off the floor. Draw your tailbone towards your knees. Get an external rotation of your arms. And now go ahead and lift your pelvis more. Lift the pelvis, lift the pelvis, lift the pelvis. We're going to roll onto our top shoulders. This is one where you do not want to turn your neck. So it's a bridge pose. Reaching the tailbone through the two knees. Navel relaxes towards the spine. Sacrum reaches towards the ceiling as you get equal pressure in that right foot and that left foot. Rolling onto the top shoulders. Again, one of my absolute favorite postures. Lengthening the back of the neck. Equal pressure on your right shoulder and your left shoulder. And then we're going to draw the glutes to the knees. Slowly, 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 going the speed of molasses. Lowering the glutes towards the floor with the emphasis of the glutes rolling away from the head. Keep going slow. Bring the knees together. My glutes still have not touched the floor yet. I'm reaching them towards my heels. And then slowly releasing the glutes down. Now feel the heart open. Feel that balance in the spine. Equal pressure in your right foot, your left foot. The right pelvis, the left pelvis. The right shoulder, the left shoulder. The right lower rib cage, the left lower rib cage are pressing equally into the floor. And the heart opens. Last time. Steady your breath. Smooth your breath. Exhale, press evenly into your feet to reach the pelvis up towards the ceiling. Roll onto the top shoulders. It's through the equal pressure of the feet that the glutes rise, sacrum reaching towards the ceiling. Roll the top of the glutes towards the knees. And then slowly lower the pelvis. As slow as you can go. Drawing the knees towards each other. Glutes reaching away from the head. Slowly, slowly, slowly lowering. Knees together. Equal pressure of your pelvis on the floor. Equal pressure of your wrists on the floor. Press that right wrist, press that left wrist. Get an external rotation of your arms. Imagine that your arms are growing longer, longer, and longer. Muscle engaging to the bone. Equal pressure on the back of your head. Back of the neck long. Pressing through the feet. Extending long through the top of the head. Heart opening, heart opening, heart opening. External rotation of the arms. And again, keep drawing those glutes towards your heels. Glutes towards the heels, glutes towards the heels, glutes towards the heels. So we're lengthening the sparring, creating traction. Heart lifts towards the chin, chin reaches towards the heart. Lengthen out the top of the head. It's a strong, steady pose, even though you're lying on your back. Feet pressing, wrists pressing, all 10 fingers touching the floor. Keep getting that external rotation of your arms, heart lifting towards your chin, navel releasing towards your spine. Good. And again, we're just building those neural pathways, connecting to the body. We want to be connected to our body, not disconnected from it. We can oftentimes, sometimes live in a culture that puts the intellect on a pillar. So sometimes we live in our heads detached from our bodies. And we want to live fully integrated, mind, body, heart. The more connection we have to our body, the more of that intelligence that we restore, the more intelligent we can actually move through life, the more in tune, the more connected to ourselves, to our surroundings. Good. Just keep spreading wide across the heart, rolling the top shoulders down the back, reaching the glutes towards the heels, equal pressure in the wrists, in the shoulders, especially in the lower rib cage. And then exhale, soften, release, let go. Exhale, completely let the body soften and release. You've done the work. You've put in the effort. Now it's time to let go. We did the best we could. Now the work is done. Soften the jaw, soften the arms. Soften the navel to the spine. And this is where the nervous system integrates all of that deep work. Integrates that body awareness, that body connection. Integrates that awareness from the inside out. And it starts to become cellular memory. And the body will still be integrating a few days from now. So if you've ever learned like a dance move, maybe you learned it, but it took a few days for it to click in the mind and the body to become that cellular memory. The body's learning right now. Inhale to the top of your breath. Exhale fully. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Roll on to the right side. Holy moly, that was some deep work. Gently, gently come up. Coming to seated. Any comfortable seated position. Okay. Oops, we're just 5 minutes after. Hands to the heart, elbows weighted, sit bones connected, reaching to the top of the ceiling. Feel any gratitude in your body, integration, lightness, connection. Spine lengthening. Exhale, release the chin to the heart. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your courage, your bravery. Yay. And I hope that you can take this work into your day. Keep this awareness, bring it to your day, and let it just keep percolating through your body. Thanks for being here. Now, if you gotta hop, you gotta hop. And if you want to share a word, you don't have to, but if you want to share a word, an integration, a gem, hi Layla, then you're welcome to.
Coach Rita, grateful for this community and for this exercise process today. Grateful to be in the presence of such beautiful souls. And I'm so glad that I took my aminos this morning.
Me too. That was hard.
Yeah, God instructed
Me
me. I'm
too.
glad I was obedient. I took
Good
it.
job.
That was it was a good session. It was challenging, but really feels good now. Yeah.
Good, good, good,
Thank
good.
you. Thanks.
Oh, wow. Oh, man. It was, oh, goodness. I mean, you just always come up with something that just blows my mind, especially the wall work. I don't know if anybody else had a challenge doing that the proper way. And I know, in time we will get there, but I don't even know if I should have been doing it the way I was doing it, especially when you had us pull our leg, our hand in past our knee to grab our foot.
This one?
Yes. And then I was kind of bent all over. At one point, I think I was able to let you see, but I was bent all over, and I don't know whether I should have even doing
That's where we
that.
start. That's where we
Okay.
start. We all have a starting place. That's it.
I was bent all over and percolating, and man, let me tell you, it's so good that my mic was not open because I was like, okay, 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 okay.
I felt it. I heard it. Not really, but you know.
And that was, hey, Coach Peter, that was my curse word for you guys. Okay, okay, okay. That's my curse word. Okay, it's time. And then let me just say though, because I was using that energy to scream out like that, it probably would have served me better to just do my breath work. Yes, because I was expending energy that I needed for the practice. Yes or no?
Both are good. Sometimes we need to let it out. That is good. That's energy that's built up that we gotta let out. And yes, if we can hone that breath, it will serve your pose. But both are good. Both are necessary.
Reminds me of labor when they say,
Yeah.
don't scream, just do your breath work. Do your breath.
It is like it is. It is like that. Yes.
Labor and delivery. Yeah.
I'm glad you got to that point, right? That's the point we wanted to get to.
Oh,
Where okay,
oh,
uncle, I'm done. I'm done. Let me out. Let me out. And
that
take
was it. That was it. And it was hard to stay in it, even though I was all crunched over and everything. I was like, okay, let me just attempt to do it just a little bit more. I started counting, and that kind of helped.
yeah,
Counting.
that's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. That's the building. That's the donkey part.
Well. Thank you for getting out the kinks once again. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you
Love
all.
you. Love you all.
I love you all. I do gotta hop. I hear Miss Layla hungry.
Oh, give her our love,
I
please. Bye,
will.
Coach Rita. Bye
Bye.
bye, everybody. Love you guys.
Love you
Have a
all.
blessed one now. Bye bye.
Melody.
Have a good one.
You
Thank
too,
you.
Phyllis, Freya, Melody, and
I feel this. Thank you.
bye bye, Coach Rita. Love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. See you.